law. So if someone commits a sin or a crime against the karmic law, then there has to be a compensation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a cosmic law.
I think there's grounds for that, most certainly, yeah.
Yes, it's very okay, basically. And to me, it makes perfect sense that a man who is really like being one with God in this super state of consciousness, power, unity with God, that such a man has a tremendous value. And if such a man is killed for no reason, it's a crime, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a value, okay? Such a person has a value. If a saint is being killed, this is of course a very it's a tremendous crime, okay, because he has the power to help many people, to do good things, to help people in so many ways. If such a person dies, it's a different thing than if someone regular dies, of course. So for me, it's like, how do you call when you go fishing? What do you use to catch the fish, to attract him?
Bait or lure?
Bait. Bait, yes, okay. So for me, Jesus was some kind of bait. So it was like they were just talking, how can we get the negative power to do something that we can kill her in the end. She has to commit a crime, and this crime has to be really very, very, very serious. So Jesus came as a bait, and the negative power got mad. They got mad. They couldn't resist to kill him. They couldn't resist. They simply had to kill him because it was so seductive to have him like this. I mean, they could kill him. They could have done anything with him. They couldn't resist to kill him, so they did it. But this was a crime, a horrible crime. And the price was like being able to offer some kind of path that could evolve and do many good things. Of course, there were so many bad things, we know that, but it's not also the bad. You also have a lot of good things. Well, it's obvious. So it's like a seed that has grown over the thousands of years. It has grown to something really big, huge, and well, I suppose this to get this tree, like to get the fruits in the future. This is what I suppose, but this is just my theory. Yes, my personal theory.
That's all very feasible, because you haven't mentioned him being the Son of God and being rose back up again to be God. You just spoke to him as a man who was seductive and a shining example of what the human being could possibly never live up to. And so he was probably even killed because of that, because nobody could ever live up to your expectations. How could anybody ever be such a wonderful shining star? And we've got to get rid of you and burn everything about you, and so you never existed. But the seduction was too powerful. Of course, you know that lives on. But we're going to be wrapping up now in like 15 minutes, 2 hours on this one. But just going back then to the question initially about we being God. I've been presenting to people in my book and in my videos for many years why I see it's perfectly rational and reasonable that we could consider ourselves to be God, and it isn't so blasphemous. It's most certainly not blasphemous for atheists. They might feel that is kind of like it rubs against everything they've ever learned in their lives, because God's supposed to be up there. And it's kind of like, now this guy's calling himself God, and he's not actually calling himself God. I'm not actually, calling myself the God. I'm saying that consciousness is God, because if we can't find what consciousness is, we can't find really the essence of God. We only imagine it. Well,
Yes.
I'm just speculating. Well, it seems to me that they're both the same thing. And if we assume that they are the same thing, we have consciousness. So why don't we have God consciousness? That's all I'm saying. In my book, it's God consciousness that gives us this creational power. Because if we look at what humans do when we are creating, everything we create. We're doing exactly what it said, in the Genesis. We're creating. Only we're not waving a wand in the air. We're speaking it. And like, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was good, and the Word was this, and the Word created that. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. So it all just seems perfectly obvious to me. And that's all I'm saying. And, I've yet to get somebody actually in my camp that says, I'm with you on that one. I'm all for it, because the logic is pretty sound, and as an alternative, it sounds too woo-woo, too mystical. Nothing can be proven, and everybody's even in dispute about it. And even Christians themselves, they split themselves into 10,000 different sects, and they all argue and want to kill each other